Welcome back. Students can expect to begin a long holiday as early as next Monday as Hong Kong battles COVID. New arrangements have also been made for the university entrance exam. Maisie Mock reports.
The school summer holiday has been brought forward this year as the government grapples with the fifth COVID wave. Kindergartens and primary and secondary schools may begin the holiday next Monday at the earliest. The holiday will end after the Easter break, and the term will be extended to early August to make up for the 4 weeks lost. August the 12th has been set as the last day of the current school year.
我哋期望小學同幼稚園咧可以喺復活節假期之後咧。
Education Secretary Kevin Yeung hopes that face-to-face classes for kindergartens and primary schools will resume after Easter. And for secondary schools, in-class lessons may be held again later. Schools have some flexibility. They can start the holiday no later than March the 17th if they need more time to prepare and end their school year on August the 2nd at the earliest. The early holiday arrangement does not apply to private institutions like international schools, which have a non-local curriculum.
There are some practical difficulties for international schools to remain open or to perform some teaching activities in July and August because they have a different calendar year or school year arrangement with the local, different from the local schools.
The next school year will begin on September the 1st. Meanwhile, the start of the university entrance exam is set for April the 22nd. But the duration of the Diploma of Secondary Education exam will be shortened to 3 weeks instead of 4. Candidates must take a rapid antigen test provided by the Education Bureau before sitting for the exam. The authorities said if the exam cannot begin as scheduled, it may be postponed to May or June. But if the epidemic still persists in the middle of May, the exam will be cancelled altogether. Maisie Mock, HKIBC.
9 men have been arrested on suspicion of luring a 14-year-old girl into prostitution. Police displayed cash, which they seized when arresting the suspects. Officers said the Form 3 girl got to know the men from online dating websites. Her customers paid between $1,000 and $2,500. One suspect is also accused of selling photos of the naked teenager online and charging $10,000 to introduce her. The case came to light when her parents became suspicious of her behavior and alerted police. The suspects were charged with having illegal sex with an underage person. The State Council has officially removed Casper Choi from his position as Home Affairs Secretary. This comes almost a month after he tendered his resignation over a birthday party scandal that embarrassed the government. Beijing said it made the decision on Thursday in accordance with the Basic Law and on the recommendation of Chief Executive Carrie Lam. Choi was among over 100 people who attended the birthday bash for local deputy to the National People's Congress, Wynna in January. Investigations revealed that he did not use the Leave Home Safe app and failed to wear a mask during the party in a Wan Chai restaurant. Floods along Australia's east coast have claimed at least 9 lives. Tens of thousands of people were ordered to evacuate after their homes were quickly flooded.
We are totally and utterly exhausted. We've been standing in water up to my armpits for hours. It was rather exhausting. So you can imagine we haven't eaten. We've had a little flask of water between us. We've got 2 cats and a 13-year-old grandchild. And we're just totally exhausted.
The speed of the rising waters caught people and officials by surprise. The town of Lismore in the north of New South Wales was among the hardest hit. People were told to make way to higher ground as the town braced for its worst flooding ever. The Wilsons River is expected to reach 14.2 meters, a little above its last peak 68 years ago. Russia's financial sector has taken a heavy blow with the stock market ordered to shut today after the West imposed crippling sanctions over its invasion of Ukraine. The European Union also took the unprecedented step of buying weapons for Ukraine and banning Russian aircraft and state media outlets. Sarah Wong reports.
Russian President Vladimir Putin tried to show that it was business as usual when he inspected the construction of a new space center in Moscow. But the economy was taking a hammering, with the European Union ramping up its response to the invasion of Ukraine. The EU is bolstering Ukraine's defense by funding the purchase and delivery of weapons. It banned Russian aircraft from its airspace and removed state media outlets Russia Today and Sputnik from the airwaves. The EU also signaled its willingness to admit Kiev as a member, a move that will further enrage Moscow. Earlier, the United States and its European allies agreed to cut some Russian banks off the global financial messaging system SWIFT. Moscow felt the pinch immediately, with the ruble plunging 30% to a record low of 119 to the US dollar. The drastic devaluation could worsen Russian inflation. The central bank, in desperation, doubled interest rates to 20% and released reserves worth $7 billion US. But some feel that Moscow has already taken other protective measures.
To disconnect the financial system of a country which is strongly interrelated with other countries and other economies cannot be done like this, with the scissors overnight. We cannot block the reserves of the Russian bank who are in Moscow or in China. And on the last years, Russia has been placing their reserves more and more in countries where we could not block.
The price of oil stayed above $100 US a barrel, amid fears of reduced shipments from Russia, which provides 10% of the world's supply. Sarah Wong, HKIBC.
A look at the markets now. The Hang Seng Index closed down 54 points. Top 10 active stocks, the Tencent was down $2.80, Alibaba down $1.10, Meituan up $2. Tracker Fund down 4 cents, AIA down 25 cents, CCB up 11 cents. Over to foreign exchange rates. The euro is at $8.74, British pound $10.47, Canadian dollar $6.13. In foreign markets, the UK FTSE is down 62 points. On to the weather now. Tomorrow will be mainly cloudy with sunny periods during the day. Temperatures will range between 18 and 24 degrees. Misty on Wednesday morning with some rain on Thursday. Now let's take a look at the weather around the world. And that's our main news for Monday night. Join us for more news at 11. I'm Wynna Wong. Good night.